I'm Jacob.
And I'm Jared.
And we're here to talk about Dragon Ball
Z.
And I got my Kaioken Goku mug to celebrate. Episode 30 is Vegeta and Goku facing off for the first time.
Yeah.
And Vegeta offers Goku the job opportunity of becoming his henchman now that Nappa's gone. And we realized maybe that's the reason why he killed Nappa, because he saw this opportunity. So
Goku's using Kaioken to basically just even land attacks, and then it kind of just keeps going on until he's going to edge out until he's winning, because at that point it becomes like Vegeta's gonna get hits on it, but Goku's gonna get the Kaioken attacks that are more effective, and then after that get his normal attacks in.
Yeah, I was surprised how even the fight is in the beginning. Usually, I'm used to in Dragon Ball Z is Goku's getting served constantly, and then he has to transform and find the inner strength.
Both Kaioken times 2 and 3 are also introduced in this one. Like, not just like later on, once again, there's drag out fights. This is like, he's just going. He's not like, hey, I'm going Super Saiyan and now I gotta do new stuff. It's just like, Kaioken times 2, that didn't work enough, Kaioken times 3.
It's pretty quick. Yajirobe's at the site of the fight.
Yeah, just because.
Wonder why.
Yeah. I think that this is like a solid fight. I think that's why we don't have too much to talk about unless we wait one each frame. It's like, it's mainly a fight episode, but it is a good fight episode. And honestly, the only negative I have to say is that after we get past like the next episode, it starts becoming like less about fighting and more about these like other strategy stuff that I just find is interesting.
And a lot of hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
And that's like typical Dragon Ball. The beginning of the fight is always hand-to-hand. Yeah. And then it gets into talk and
power attacks, all that stuff.
Okay, so episode 31, fight continues.
Yeah.
And I did notice in these fights though, Goku's really all about speed, both in his fight with Nappa and with Vegeta. He's just like buzzing around them and constantly flanking them on different sides and zooming around. Some strength scenes, but it seems like he's really using speed to his advantage, even if Vegeta might be technically a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
And that's not like later series. I don't think Goku's all about speed necessarily. So
no, but I think later on they all become tanks where it's like, for the most part the fights drag on longer, which means that they're like okay with taking more hits.
I think Vegeta launches the first planet busting attack.
So this is probably one of the first times Earth has been threatened to be actually destroyed. No, because even Raditz was kind of like, you're supposed to not destroy the people, not the whole planet. It's becoming that level of like...
This might have been talk. We don't really know if it could have blown up the planet, but Vegeta's seeing red, sabotaging his own mission and the Dragon Balls and everything just to, kill this guy, kill Goku.
Yeah, it's a famous scene of Goku using Kaioken Kamehameha versus Vegeta's attack, which like anyone who's a Dragon Ball fan just remembers that moment of them both like using full power against each other. Other thing though, Kaioken times 4. Also, he wasn't supposed to go past 2. They kind of have some commentary on that. There's kind of a little bit at Goku's body does fail in this fight, but after this, I don't remember ever a time that Kaioken knocks Goku. Yeah, it's like this threat that happens in this arc and then never again. Like, it's just so, the sensitivity thing is so, what? They knew this was happening and they gave him one beam.
He uses it on Krillin.
And then it's just the worst planned, like, defense that they have, and like, it's just so funny that they just are so bad playing this after having an entire year that like, we've got one beam and they use it on the people, and like, they're gonna come back, but it's just like, if Goku would have used this now, also with the Saiyan thing, he would be more powerful and easily be able to, at the very least, like, fight Vegeta in the egg form and stuff, but he just is wiped out.
Towards the end of the episode, Vegeta transforms into giant ape.
Yeah.
First time Goku sees that transformation happen in his life, so that's an iconic thing as well.
The last time we'll see someone transform into a giant ape too. That's canon in Z. Yeah. Oh wait, there's someone else who does it, but it's very soon.
Oh yeah. Fair enough. Okay, episode 32. So now it was kind of a cliffhanger where Vegeta turns into an ape. Now the ape is attacking Goku. Vegeta can talk as an ape. So that's an ability I think people have tried to explain. I like that there's a little more control over the form it seems like he has.
I think it's like the same thing about how his tail can't be grabbed. Like I think it's that the fact that he's like trained that part of his brain, and that like once again the only thing we have is all stuff from Bardock that we get to kind of see. But even then, like because that lower caste Saiyans, they don't have that. Like they talk about how they kind of like remember somewhat hazy memories, but like they're kind of like Goku and them were like they're just going crazy. I do want to point out that while I don't think too much in the manga is talked about, in the anime they do go into Goku's tail origin, which is like Goku's finally realizing his grandpa telling him about Goku outside in the moon, which is back in the manga. That's why he doesn't go outside at nighttime a lot of times.
So I'll be transparent. I don't like the ape thing. I always felt like it was turning into more of a kid's cartoon when that happened. But I do like this section of Goku realizing that the ape and all this, because it's basically it's Vegeta showing Goku who he really is, and this is like the collision of Goku's real background as a Saiyan and Gohan even shortly turning into an ape, and him realizing his son and everyone in his bloodline has this Saiyan origin, confronted with the fact that he's an Earthling, right? And he doesn't want to face the fact that Goku's capable of destruction. Yeah. And Vegeta's introducing that to him. You're the one who destroyed the stadium. You're the one who killed your grandfather, all of this stuff. That's a good reveal at this point in the battle.
Yeah.
And it makes that Saiyan versus Earth dynamic much stronger.
Yeah. And then, I do think it was, it's a small, interesting choice of like Kaioken is a very physical, like, tolling attack on yourself. Like, while the Spirit Bomb is a complete opposite. Spirit Bomb is all about, like, you can just lay there and like gain energy. So like, it was a smart technique of King Kai. A smart strategy of King Kai, at least thinking ahead of time of like, let me give you something that can work if you need to physically attack them, and let me give you something that lets you gather energy and attack someone if you're just exhausted. Your body will no longer move. I will give you a technique to like get around that.
Well, they're really different also because Kaioken is, again, it's offensive. It's like you can flank your opponents and do whatever. Speed. Spirit Bomb, you're completely exposed. It's a super vulnerable position, so you need to have some buffer essentially where you can go and create it. But the other thing I like, so Vegeta turns into a giant ape. That's him tapping into his Saiyan reserves, and this is like the Saiyan strength card or whatever. Goku, the Spirit Bomb, is kind of the inverse of that, which is him using the Earth's power and getting energy and all of this spirit from Earth. But both of them tapping into the reserves of their origin story a little bit there.
The solar flare was very effective, and that like if they had a real plan of attack, they should have just been solar flaring these guys, Nappa and Vegeta, until Goku got there and just like flying around them. Because Vegeta and Nappa cannot sense power, which means that they are basically, when they're blind, they are completely out of it and have nothing. And then Goku attacks Vegeta's eye, and then that's the basic Goku's like, I'm out. Which I also love. I know he's saying it to us, not with Vegeta, but like there's no one there, so always telling is like, I have no more power. I'm defenseless to a man who you just shot in the eye and is a giant monkey. Like.
Yeah, wow. We get Kaioken, Spirit Bomb, and Solar Flare all in one episode. It's kind of packed with these attack moves.
Yeah. I will say that like the battle stuff, very quick. They did a very good job with the battle stuff, and I think that it's
3 episodes and we're halfway through the fight with
Vegeta.
Vegeta.
It's insane. It's the Saiyan Saga moves quick, and so we were looking at things of like how the Saiyan Saga is basically 30-ish episodes. A little bit was 30 episodes, and then so is the Namek Saga.
All right, well, so as I said, we're halfway through the fight with Vegeta. He's an ape, but a one-eyed ape, and we'll see what happens next.